So you have a better idea about what the Feuertanz, setting up the altar, is all about. Yeah. Very ordinary, and easy to actually relate with it. Yeah. And setting up the altar is, it's really all about you, but it's just not you in your shoes. It's what has given you, this planet, the air, the stars, the wind, the silence of it, the clouds, all the insects and the water, the lightning, all of that. And it's that internal environment and the external environment. And the more you start to understand environment for what it is, and take away the personalness of a citizen that gets hurt, the citizen that gets confused, but look at it as just two environments. And the spy, the beautiful, beautiful spy, becomes more and more apparent inside. And it's easier to figure things out. It's much easier to stay silent. And when the spy starts to build up a great deal of more, not just awareness, but a real sense of consciousness, you start to literally find yourself more at peace. And the mind, when it literally starts to see another world far, far more beautiful that the mind cannot comprehend, it starts to become more and more quiet. And when you pick up a pair of pliers, screwdriver, a wrench, a hammer, and all these beautiful tools, and that's what the mind is for, it's to literally not only design, but build, just like our beautiful landlines and cell phone lines, putting together wonderful mirrors in your restrooms and bedrooms, and great carpets, throw rugs, and beautiful clothes that we can wear. When we see there's nothing greater or nothing lesser, we're just basically just living together, but also with the insects and all the other creatures too. We begin to see that we have a great deal of room inside ourselves to always think of those on the other side of the planet. Some are sleeping, some are literally sleeping, whole families on the streets. And that's where they were born, and most of them, that's where they pass away. But so many people, they have their little flats or little rooms, and they grow up sharing, and there's no problem with that. And doing phase one, because as the spring starts to break the winter, you start to literally notice all the little ones, all the little things that happen right at the where your level of your shoes. And not to see so high above the earth, whatever your height is. And it's easy, without even knowing it, to stand so tall, so high, to feel that somehow you are above. And yet we started so small when we were conceived. And that's why really go and to the library and gather those those real photographs. There's great books out there. And they have great quotes, literally beautiful quotes, their feelings and their thoughts about looking down on the planet. And what is the magic? What literally provides the magic to understand the astronaut's point of view and the astronaut within you? And all the astronauts pretty much came to the same conclusion. The first day, they saw the vast oceans and they saw their country. And they began to also see other countries on the first day or the second day when they had a little time from walking away from their experiments. And they literally started to know where all the other countries were on the continents. They could also see the storms and the lightning from above. On the second day, third day, fourth day, they don't see their country anymore. They see continents. And as another week comes along, they don't see their continents anymore. What they see is very little land and an awful lot of ocean. And the longer they stay up there, they begin to literally see not only just very little pieces of land, but how fragile, how quiet, how beautiful. And because the astronauts are basically from many different countries, all in that same little capsule, all of a sudden the language barrier, the color of skin barrier, and the various flags and the borders of all the countries, they disappear inside them, and it becomes one. And that is the hard part. Because we may think about it intellectually, but we don't realize it. Because we're not up there continuously, week after week, month after month, to literally break down these conceptions of ours that easily arise without us even thinking about it. In this next book, The Astronaut Within, I guess you could say is my sole purpose. To take you out of your boundaries, your country, within your own head. Not the external environment, but the internal environment. And the more you start to literally realize that, that's where all of a sudden your little bedroom, your little flat, your little kitchen, your little home, your little mansion, your little yard, your little village, your little town, your little city, your little region, your little country starts to disappear. And you find yourself with a great deal of space inside you. And the pupils within your eyes, they start to expand. Because you can let in more and more light. You're not so defensive. Not so trying to hide and not fearing this external environment. And keep in mind, the flag, basically for the economy and taxes, to keep running water and keep the food rolling along. In reality, you're an actual nomad. We come and go. And the nomad becomes more and more self-assured within your shoes.